Hi there, I'm Eli Martin, and this is
I'm Conrad Lichty.
And we're both AmeriCorps service members serving here at the City of Goshen's Environmental Resilience Department. And we're just going to talk a little bit about what went into this xeriscaping project.
Yeah. Here at Water Tower Park in Goshen. And over the summer, we've spent quite a bit of time with other members of our department and our fellow AmeriCorps service members renovating some of the space that was formerly plain grass and pretty unused and boring into the beginnings of a lovely garden bed.
Yeah, I wrote down some questions here. We're going to self-interview ourselves and just go through some of these questions. So the first one I have here, what were some of the first steps in the process? Kind of where did we start? And what were some of the steps in the design process?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we go all the way back, this project started because we had all of these plants to put in at a fire station.
Yes.
But then they didn't want them or didn't give us permission.
And that project kind of fell through.
Yeah. But I mean, at the beginning of that, we were thinking about, okay, so what are things that are going to look nice? What are things that we're not going to have to do very much work on? Because like kind of the goal is to help reduce the workload.
Okay, the camera died on us there. Not sure what happened, but where were we?
Right at the top, basically.
Yeah, we were talking about the design process.
Yeah.
So yeah, the one project, we had all the plants. The one project with the fire station fell through, and also our department moved offices.
Right.
Actually,
yeah, we had just moved.
So we actually swapped with the Parks Department, the City of Goshen Parks and Rec, and so we are now here at Water Tower Park, and we saw this open space, and we decided to do something with the empty space. Just empty canvas waiting to be painted.
Yeah, and so we had those plants from the fire station that we weren't able to use, and we also had a bunch of fruit trees left over. That's this whole row sort of behind us here. There's pawpaws and quince, and was there a third variety? It might have just been those two.
Yeah, we have some persimmon in here
persimmon,
too.
Yeah. And so between those like two different kinds of like chunks of plants, we felt like we had a pretty cohesive idea for what we could do with the space overall.
Yeah.
The fruit trees are going to be, in a couple years, a great community resource and a way to like help attract people to the park. And the rest of it is just some really nice, low maintenance urban landscaping that's going to make this just a much more interesting place to visit.
And I'll touch on the goal of xeriscaping is to create low maintenance for landscaping beds or spaces using like highly drought tolerant plants.
Yep.
And plants that need minimal care.
Yeah, stuff that's going to be a little bit more self-contained and self-sufficient.
Yeah.
I think especially one thing we were looking at is like in terms of water, trying to make sure that things are going to stay nice. Even though like right now you can see we've got drip lines, irrigation installed. The goal would be that within a few years, these are well enough established that we won't need to run that anymore.
Yeah. And second kind of question here, what is the purpose of creating a green space like this, or other green spaces like this? What's the importance of it, and the purpose?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think I've already touched on this a little bit of this. I mean, this already was a community park. We're right here at it. You probably can't see this through the camera, but we're right here on Goshen's 9th Street multi-use trail 2, which is one of the main ways to get from north to south across the city if you're walking or biking or running. And so this is kind of a really central part of this neighborhood. Even though it's a little bit off to the side, we see lots of people walking strollers with their kids or walking their dogs through here every day. So partially this is replacing what was just a blank, boring bit of grass and turning it into something lovely. But we've also got some of those fruit trees and other foods as part of the design that probably aren't going to serve like any major food pantry style needs, but they're an educational resource for us. They're definitely like a point of interest.
Yeah, and they are here, and they will produce fruit for the community. Just to, like, if you're walking by and you see some berries, hey, you can pick them. You know, it's for the community to enjoy as well. And also, like, pollinators. Way at the end here, we'll also show some pictures of progression of from when we were creating this space. But down at the end, probably can't see very well, but there's some coneflowers, right?
Yeah, 2 species of coneflowers, a native yarrow, a bunch of native swamp milkweed and butterfly milkweed, and a whole smattering of other things that we can talk about.
Yeah. And so that this planting area also is really good resource for the pollinators and other wildlife that may come through here.
Yeah.
Food source.
Yeah. And on top of all of that, this is also sort of an experiment bed for our department. Like, this is going to be what we want to point to when we're trying to convince other parts of the city that they should try this out as well. Right now, water bill is still pretty high for it because it's the first year, everything's getting established. But in 3 or 4 years, when it's not being watered and looks gorgeous, I think this is going to be something that other parts of the city are going to want to look at and say, huh, you know, this would look all right outside of our building.
Yeah.
And so that's part of the goal of this too, is to be able to demonstrate that these are real landscaping practices that work.
Moving on, let's see here. What were some of the harder things or steps in the process that we had to take while creating the space? I mean, the initial, like, so this was all just sod or turf grass. That was, I'd say, the most physically demanding. It was a very hot day as well. And we even brought the Bobcat out here with the scoop on the front. And we rented a sod cutter and just ripped up all the sod here. And
so much work.
A lot of work, back-breaking work. And we loaded them all into the dump truck and carted them away. So that was one of the really physically hard.
I think that was the hardest part. Everything else, I mean, the planting was not that bad because these are all pretty small plants, and especially after we got the mulch down, I feel like the soil really started to get better.
Yeah, for sure.
The soil here was pretty rough.
I would say that, like, the sod ripping, sod removal, and also the spreading of the mulch.
Yeah, that's true.
Was
the mulch spreading took a lot.
Big one. And it was a lot of mulch. Like, a lot of it. I don't know. I made so many runs back and forth getting mulch with the dump truck. And the, like, deciding, let's talk a little bit about, like, some of the species that we planted here and, like, why we chose them.
Yeah, for sure.
We could start with the Saskatoon serviceberry.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, these aren't on camera. That's tough. Saskatoon.
We'll do a little walkthrough too.
Yeah. So yeah, one of the rows that we have is Saskatoon serviceberries, and these have been going out all over the city. They're one of our main planting trees this year, and that's for a lot of good reasons. Part of why they're so attractive is that they stay pretty small and shrubby. They're not going to be nearly as big as a maple or something like that. Pretty compact, and they're a service berry, so they are going to be fruit bearing. They're going to flower, and it's a fruit that humans can enjoy. I don't think I've gotten to try one, but I'd like to.
Yeah, they're really good.
And yeah, I'm not as familiar about Saskatoon service berries in particular, about what makes them special.
They're really hardy shrub as well, and that's why they're being used, like Connor was saying, throughout the City of Goshen, is because they're resilient and good in tougher soils, and yeah. We also had, I don't know, maybe you can see down the row. What are these again?
I'm
blanking on it, but.
Yep, me too. Petunias.
Yep. One of the ladies that works for Parks across the street here, actually, she lives just down the road, and she donated.
Well, these actually all came from downtown.
Oh, downtown. Okay.
Yeah, so these were planted in downtown Goshen, and apparently what Jay told me is that they have just been reproducing so rapidly that she had to prune them out.
Gotcha.
So while these are an annual, there's a chance that they're going to keep coming back because these ones are just so dang happy. We'll see. It'll be interesting to watch what happens next year.
Yeah. Let's see here. Some of the other questions. Let's see. Oh yeah. What was our start and end date, or kind of time frame for this whole project?
Oh gosh, when did we start this?
Man,
were we?
I might have to put it on the screen here.
Yeah, we might have to. I might have to check my calendar. Did we rip in June or May?
Yeah, there's been a lot going on at this department. We've been very busy, and I haven't really kept track of these dates.
I feel like we did it before the summer AmeriCorps started.
We did. We started for sure.
So I want to say probably late May.
Yeah.
And I put a few more plants in last week.
Yeah.
With the last of the stuff from Backyard Habitat. So that makes it end of July.
Yeah. And this is for sure.
It's not done.
Yes, it's an ongoing project. More things can be planted out here, and this can definitely be added to over time.
More things will be planted out here, I'm sure.
And it'll be really fun to see how this space changes and grows and fills in, and it'll look pretty awesome.
Oh yeah. It's already getting there.
Oh, for sure.
So impressed with how the big blue stem has popped up.
They just took off, yeah.
It makes me so happy.
And lastly, I wrote down here, what were some of the skills and that we took away from this project, or that we learned. And yeah, what has this project taught us?
Yeah.
A lot of things.
That's for sure. I mean, I think you're showing it off on your custom hat here, but during the span of this project, we both passed our Indiana accredited horticulturalist exam.
Yeah.
There we go. If I can get the words out.
It's a mouthful.
And that definitely felt like it was helpful in learning a little bit more about how to choose plants,
for sure.
How to set the bed up, some design ideas. And it's also it's a great certification for us to have.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely learned a lot about landscape design and about like the practice of xeriscaping.
Yeah.
Going into this, I hadn't really thought a lot about before xeriscaping, or what it was. Actually, I didn't even know what the word meant in the beginning. So that was really cool to learn about xeriscaping process and how it works. And just also like plant ID, like learning the different species and like the characteristics of them.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think it helped expand my plant knowledge.
Totally.
like I love prairies, and that's sort of my comfort zone is like prairies and native plants there, tall grasses, wildflowers. And then we got into shrubs and fruit trees and ground cover, and I got really lost for a little bit. But it was a lot of fun to learn about, and I think we picked some really good ones.
We did, yeah. Yeah, let's do like a little walkthrough here and like actually show some of the plant species that we popped in here.
Yeah. So this dude looks almost like mint by now, but you can tell it's a little different because it's got these big pink flowers and it's growing. This is all one plant. If this was mint, this would be like 50 different stalks. I think, are these chokeberries?
Yes.
Yeah. So we've got
they're the snowfire variety. So.
Yeah. We've got a snowfire chokeberry, and these are going to be really, really pretty come fall and winter. Part of the reason we chose them is for their seasonal foliage. They're going to turn bright red, which you can already see a little bit of on the stems. But they're also, of course, a berry. They're going to be great for your pollinators, and super happy and hardy little dudes. And right behind them, in the back row here, we have my personal favorite. These are big blue stem. They are a prairie grass of the tall grass area, native to here. This one is getting to be close to fully grown, which is really surprising. I wouldn't be surprised, since these are in such a nice spot, if they would get probably even 4 or 5 feet tall, and double that in their root depth. They are fantastic species. Yeah, I really love these. Same. This is I think this is a quince.
Yeah, the quince we talked about there.
This one's looking a little bit eaten on, which is a little concerning, but it still seems okay. Plenty of leaves that have not been chomped. And got another quince here, and a third one down the row. This one is by far the happiest. This thing is incredible for being in, 3 months after transplant?
Yeah.
Just, yeah. This is the Saskatoon serviceberry that we were mentioning earlier. Still pretty small. I think these are going to get a decent bit bigger, probably, what, you think double or triple in size?
Yeah, I think around like 4 feet, maybe 5 feet.
Yeah.
The max.
So, you know, we're expecting them to take up a bit more space. Oh, it's 2 p.m. on a Thursday.
And we got trucks backing up. Oh yeah, down here, the coneflower strip here.
Yeah.
Purple coneflower in here that we talked about earlier.
We've got the purple and yellow coneflower. The yellow was actually donated by a Goshen resident who had too much of it growing in her lawn. And so we were able to get these in. And the purple, I think, came from someone in our department who had too many of them. But, I mean, just look at that. What a lovely flower.
Gorgeous.
Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a break.